Masandawana, I'm back ka another installment of the Yellow Corner, and I'll be previewing our Betway Premiership game week 5 fixture as we travel to Polokwane to take on Polokwane City on Sunday afternoon, ka 3:30. I think games will now kick off 30 minutes later because of the weather, man. It's getting hotter and hotter with each and every passing day, man. One of my neighbors is having a party here, so I hope the music they playing is not too audible. And yeah, you're able to hear me, guys, without any issues. Before we get into the preview, another episode where we start by congratulating is the best goalkeeper in the continent in Ronwen Williams. Ronza has been nominated once again for huge awards, man, in the CAF Champions League, CAF awards, man. He received 3 nominations: Player of the Year, Interclub Player of the Year, as well as Goalkeeper of the Year. And I am certain he will definitely not come back home empty, and that he will come back at very something. Congratulations to the club as well. Mamelodi Sundowns nominated for the club of the year. Yeah, but I think that one we can forget about it. But yeah, it's always great to be nominated for such awards. Man, shows we are on the right direction as a football club, man. My thoughts on our last game in the Betway Premiership, game week 4, when we hosted Rally a game where I thought we would absolutely batter Rally We ended up winning by a 1 goal margin. But yeah, it happens, man. Had a great start to the game, actually. First few seconds of the game, we almost scored, but moments later, we eventually found that goal, from great pressing. Yeah, the club, setting traps and trigger once they were triggered, got the ball and scored the goal. Blessed did really, really well, man. He's been getting his numbers this season in terms of goals, and which is something that I think he's lacked in the past. But yeah, he's had a great start to the season when you look at the numbers. But yeah, after that goal, man, it became a very sloppy performance or a very sloppy game from us. But there's context to that. You look at the number of changes that the coach made for this game. He even said, Coach Mangoba, I think up not pre-match, yeah, pre-match interview, he said, no, you don't want to burn out players. You need to keep them fresh, more so with the CAF Champions League coming up. So yeah, man, made a few changes. We were never going to be fluid, free flowing, because of the number of changes that we made. And I always say, if you don't play well, just make sure you come out of the field cut 3 points, which is something that we did. We eventually got another goal, Kamudau. Great seeing our right backs getting into great positions and scoring. Morena scored over the weekend. Mudau scored Lena in our last game. But yeah, man, was not happy with the number of chances we gave away to Raleigh, and more so in the second half, man. This is bothering me, man. We're giving away way too many chances to the oppositions, man, and I really hope we work on this, man. I think this is going to be one of those seasons where Sundowns, we see a lot of the huge score margins in terms of the games are 3-2, 4-3, 5-4. But because of our attack, we'll always come on top. But yeah, in continental football, we can't afford to be giving away such chances or a number of chances to the opposition, because we will definitely get punished. Mabena came on second half, man. Kid, man, amazing, man. Receives, goes, charges at his man, goes at his man. Yes, he must be a pain, man, for the right back, because he is very, very direct. So yeah, he impressed me, as well as Debs Alim Kudis. I think they impressed me, in this game. But yeah, we move on, man. I want to touch on a subject that involves a player, a position player, at the team that we're playing against over the weekend in Austrian Apolis. Ne? I was listening to Snawa, Sports Night Amplified with Andile on Metro FM a few weeks or months, no, a few weeks ago. It could have been a month ago, you know. He had Lance Davis on in studio. Lance Davis, former Bafana Bafana, and I think he played for Ajax and Supersport in South Africa, but spent a lot of time in Europe. The agent there, High Mfano Oswin. And he said the club, Polokwane City, in the transfer market that just ended, the club agreed a fee for Oswin with one of the North African teams, Esperance. Ne? But after that, the owner, Johnny Mukhaladi, just went offline. They couldn't find him, they couldn't get hold of him, you know, which is, I think it's a terrible thing to do because once club agrees a fee for a player, the player gets excited and he's looking forward to a new environment, you know, and growing his career, you know. But for you to agree a fee and then turn around and when turn around just disappear, you know, when negotiations have to be further negotiations and signing has to happen. I don't think that's a good way of doing business, man. And apparently it's not only this. Uh, it's not only experience, man. A few teams were prepared to pay what Polokwane wanted, you know, and he has every right to say uh, Oswin is worth 2,000 rands or whatever amount he deems fit his player, you know. But there's an issue with that as well. Scomo once said something on Twitter and he said these clubs, they want certain fees for these players. Yet, when you evaluate how much they pay the player and the salary, the fee that they want to sell him for, they don't make sense a lot of time. Like you paying a player a 2 rand per month, yet you want to sell him for 20,000 rands. It just doesn't make sense. You know, there has to be a balance in that. You know? I'm not saying that's the case with Oswin and Pologwani, you know, but the fact that he put a number on his head and then a club was prepared to pay that number and then he changed his mind, I don't think that's a good way, man, of going about doing things. And yeah, I'm just happy to see this didn't affect Oswin to an extent where he's dropped his head and his performance dipped, you know. He's actually been exceptional, more so for the national team in the last two games. I think his GNA was something around 5, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, man, big ups to the boy. Hopefully he has a great season. You know? And apparently, Leona in the last 2 days of the market, we were prepared to, we're going for him and prepared to pay, you know. And still on that subject, as good a player as Oswin is, do you guys think we needed him? You look at what we already have. Do you think we needed Oswin, man? I think he's a brilliant player, you know, but do you guys think we needed him? I'm not gonna tell you if I think we needed him. I would like to hear your views on the comments. Do you think we needed him, you know, with what we already have and the squad that we already have, you know? Moving to the game and on what I think we can expect from this game. I think in the previous game that we played against them in the MTN 8 quarter final, we absolutely dominated the game more so in the first half. You know, we created chance after chance and we could have easily gone to halftime leading by a huge margin. You know, you look at the XG Arona in that game, it was 2.15, whereas theirs was a 0.7. So I think we will have a similar, we can expect this similar performance, you know, where we dominate and we create chances. But I think this time around we will bury our chances because we are more clinical now. You know, in the last few weeks, our front three has been absolutely magnificent. You know, so I think we've improved in that aspect of finishing off our chances. In that very game that we played against them in the MTN 8, we played a very high line, man. And in the second half, they almost punished us numerous times. You know, it was so easy for them to dink the ball over our last line of defense, because we play attack so much, man. Even the fullbacks attack, and then you find situations where we only left with the two center backs, and their recovery pace is not the best. They're very good at marking and everything, but returning and then sprinting back to goal, it's difficult for the guys, and Polokwane were smart. Every time Udau went up, they played to that channel, to Chauke or Oswinapolis, and they could have had us, if they were more clinical. And that's how even Onyango ended up getting sent off, it was that high line playing the ball behind us, but we're playing at the old Peter Mukaba Stadium, which is very compact. So I think we'll use the pitch to defend on Sunday. The width, yeah, the pitch and the width and the length of the pitch not as huge as um, Masterpieces Moribe Stadium. So I think we can afford to take that riskier a high line. So a very solid team, and you know what to expect from these guys. They have Nkani and Nikani center back. They have Matuludi right back. They have I think that's the best name in football. Such a beautiful name, and lovely, lovely name, and double pivot. Yeah, Cole, who came off injured. I think last game ya bona. Le Kambala, but Semisiabi replaced Cole, so maybe he'll probably play with Kambala, Oswin on the left, and then they have Marema, formerly known as Trolani, just behind Chauki. I think he's had a good season. Marema, he's played really, really well. We might be missing Ronza because of the Ballon d'Or awards taking place in France on Monday. So I don't know. I am not saying he'll be 100% not available. I don't know how the club is going to handle the situation. So he might be attending that award ceremony, as you may know, is nominated. So we might be missing him, but we'll definitely miss Ribeiro, who accumulated 4 yellow cards. So he's suspended for this game. Ne? And with Zwane not available, because if Zwane is available, I think Mangoba slots him there, as a right forward. I think Neo Mayema will play because you look at the profile here, Ribeiro, Zwane Mayema, it's not totally different, And I think on the right side for right forward, the technical team prefers a player who can get into like position, drift to 10, get in between the lines, make space, make room for the right back who bombs forward, takes the wide channel, and then either takes that half space, getting behind the line. And I think Neo might, excuse me, be the one given the task, to do that, because I think our right forward and our left forward play totally different. On the left forward, I think the technical team goes for guys who have pace and charge at the right back, So I think Neo might get that slot. This team is very dangerous on both sides. On the right, they have Matuludi who overlaps a lot. Tabang Matuludi, great right back. And he's had a great start to the season. In 4 Betway Premiership games, man. He's had a GNA year 2, year 3 actually, 2 goals and 1 assist. And for a right back, man, those are incredible numbers, very good numbers. And then on the left, there's the obvious threat there, Oswin, but Oswin plays differently this season. He's not only direct, I saw this when they played Pirates. I was thinking, why don't you go cheat and then go at Van Roy, So he at times comes inside, a lot this season. So he's a huge threat, against Gallants. Now these guys, man, gave a lot of chances between their penalty spot and the D, and they do a lot of ball watching, Once the opponents stretch them wide and pins them back, the defenders get closer to the goalkeeper, and then there's a huge gap between the defenders and the midfielders. Hence, Gallant had so many chances in and around that zone 14 area, the area that I'm talking about, the other day, in the penalty spot. And long before they scored goals, there's numerous chances in that area. And the two goals that they scored, two of the three goals that they scored came from that area. And with how our eights have been playing this season, I think you will get a lot of joy in and around that area. I expect a very open game, man. I think they will think, oh, they are the home side, and having seen Sundowns this season, or you can get at Sundowns, they give away a lot of chances. So I think that will give them confidence to come at us, as well as so now we only play one way: attack, attack, attack. Yeah, Bondarenko, he used to say attack, attack, attack. And yeah, I think the game. That's why I say the game will be open. But because of the quality that we have in our attack, I think that will get us over the line. Hence, I'm going for us to win this game. The lineup, I think, because of the number of games that we play in the next few days, in 6 days we'll play 3 games. Two huge games next week. Cape Town City in the league game week 6, Chiefs in the quarterfinal on Saturday night. So I think Coach Mangoba will try and balance the side. He won't make as many changes as he did against Royal AM. He'll have a lot of guys that have been playing and then mix them with the guys that he played against Royal AM. Now, this is the lineup that I'm good for. I'd have Onyango. I'd start Mudau, but Tapel will come back for the next 2 games. City, le Chiefs. I'll have Umvara Kekana. I'd play Aubrey at left back. Diwane, I'd bring back next game. I would have Kotsie Mokoena. I want to see Mokoena starting at 8 and see what he can give us a starter game from 8, as well as Mkulis, and then Neo Mayema, Matthews, and then the focal point of attack being Reynas. I think we will win this game 1-2. Yeah, that's it, Masandawana. Thank you for watching. Please continue subscribing to help us grow this channel. The next time you will see us will be on Monday to preview our game week 6 fixture, first game of the second game block against Cape Town City. Until then, sharp sharp Masandawana.